Welcome back to another episode of Diabetes 180. Today we're talking about a much needed topic, how to suppress your appetite naturally. Another title could be how to lose weight while eating more food. So what we're talking about really is fiber. Fiber is a nutrient that a lot of people are surprised to hear is deficient. We are deficient in most Americans' diet. Studies show that 97% of Americans are deficient in not protein, we get plenty of that, not carbs, not fat, we get plenty of those things. But one thing we're not getting enough is fiber, the food that feeds our gut. 3% of the people watching this video, or I should say less than 3% possibly, because all of America's not watching my videos, and they should be, but a very small percentage of you guys are eating enough fiber, believe it or not. And I'm going to show you by the end of the video how to increase your fiber intake. But more importantly, to motivate you to do this, I'm going to show you scientifically why this one thing will get you to eat more while weighing less, or at least at going down or maintaining your ideal body weight if you're already at an ideal body weight and don't want to gain weight. So how does this work? So the nerves that travel from our gut to our brain number well over 100 million neurons. Just to give you an idea of how powerful the gut to brain connection really is, if you were to surgically remove the nerves leading from the gut to the brain, take them out of your body and put them on a scale, they'll weigh more than your spinal cord. Think about that. The nerve connection from your gut to your brain is huge. And so it makes sense that the things we eat directly affect the way we think, the hormones that our brains are influenced and controlled by. And one of those biggest things is our appetite, the speed in which we eat, and the amount in which we eat. So let's start with step number one. You're hungry. All right? And let's say we're in a world where everyone is eating enough fiber, okay? You're hungry, so that means you're going to look for fiber-rich foods because they're everywhere. And so as you eat these fiber-rich foods, which is actually food for the gut, your body produces what's called, or I should say your gut produces what's called short-chain fatty acids, okay? Which leads us to the next step in the cycle. Because your gut is now pouring the system with, or churning out short-chain fatty acids as a result of your fiber-rich meal, these short-chain fatty acids activate what's called free fatty acid receptors. These free fatty acid receptors are located not just in fat cells, but also inside the brain. So as the short-chain fatty acids stimulate the receptors, the free fatty acid receptors in your brain and in your fat cells, these in turn lead to the next step of the cycle that is very important in controlling appetite: the production of appetite suppressing hormones. Powerful stuff. Powerful enough to make a multi-billion-dollar drug industry full of products like Wegovy and Ozempic. These operate the same way. Of course, they're manufactured in a laboratory, but they can be produced in the body by simply eating fiber. But anyway, so what happens now as these receptors are activated? These hormones that our body can produce naturally are now flooding through the body. PYY and GLP-1, to speak of two that are very commonly known to suppress the appetite, are now flooding your system, telling you in the next step of the cycle to eat less food. And it stimulates and influences the body to suppress eating, to increase your satiety levels, to lead you to eat less food. And as a result, of course, of eating less food, you close the kitchen, right? And as a result of this, your next meal, you eat less food than you would have had you not had these hormones floating through your system. A natural appetite suppressant cycle is created because as you eat less food, of course, your eating drops, which then, as you go through the cycle eventually, when you're hungry again, you're gonna go seek out the same food you ate before, hopefully, which is fiber-rich foods. And this is amazing because when you eat fiber-rich foods, such as whole grains and legumes, studies show that you will eat less food in the next meal by hundreds of calories compared to a fiber-depleted meal. Okay, so you could eat more food in one meal, resulting in less food being eaten, not only in the next meal, but throughout the whole day. It has that powerful effect. And how do we get fiber in our diet? Well, we know fruits and vegetables are commonly known sources of fiber, but these are not the superstars of fiber. The superstars of fiber are whole grains, such as quinoa, millet, brown rice, and legumes such as chickpeas, kidney beans, peas, whether they be canned or dried. If you make sure that every meal you eat has a whole grain or a legume in it, you're going to increase your fiber intake, and you will be that 3%. You'll be that small percentage of people in America who are getting enough fiber in their diet. And I guarantee you will start to lose weight, possibly faster than you've done before. And of course, we know this is important because weight loss is very closely linked to controlling and reversing chronic diseases like diabetes. So I challenge you, if you're not doing it already, start to increase your fiber intake for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. If you want to know creative ways of how to do this, then of course, check out the links in our description section. We're happy to supply you with recipes and meal plans. But let us know in the comment section, do you think you're that 3%? Do you think you're getting enough fiber in your diet? And what is your plan if you're not, to get more fiber in your diet from this day forward and start to take advantage of the benefits of this natural appetite suppressant without side effects. Again, my name is Bertus. I'm a physician assistant and diabetes reversal health coach. And as always, beloved, I pray above all things that you may prosper and be in good health, even as your soul prospers. See you next week.